All right, we are back, sleep deprived, and eventually you just hit a wall. Today was one of those days. I crashed a few hours before the show, and I've got a wedding later today. It's just crazy. It's crazy going without sleep for sometimes days. I know Mr. McMullen, who is here, I know he knows the feeling with his many, many endeavors. But I took it upon myself to find the top 10 surprising signs that you're sleep deprived. This comes from the Huffington Post. Let's see if any of them apply. Number 1 is you fall asleep immediately. Where do we have the cowbell? Yes, I would say that's accurate. I pretty much fall asleep as soon as I hit the bed. In fact, I was able to fall asleep immediately. I had planned it exactly. I got done with work at 6:30. My goal was to be in bed by 7. Not just in bed, but asleep, so I can get at least 2 hours of sleep, because I'm going to have to be back awake. So I get there, I run home, I get there at like 10 till, I throw clothes in the laundry because I have no clothes because I'm just running everywhere, make it into the bed, put my head down, and I'm gone, out, immediately at 7 o'clock. You're more impulsive than usual. No, I'm not. I don't know, I don't think that one necessarily applies. I don't really use cliches. That was number 3. Number 4 is you're forgetful. Well, just the other day, well, twice, okay, so 2 times in a matter of 2 weeks, I have locked my keys in my car. The first time, I already told you that story. That was a disaster. So the other day it happens at work, and I had these keys on me, but I did not have the car key on. I had to take the key set apart so I could open up a bottle of Coke, because I don't drink out of plastic bottles. I only drink the high-end, sugary Mexican Coke. So let's hope Trump doesn't come in and deport the Mexican glass Coke bottles. So I open up the Coke, put the keys down. My key is still in the ignition, and I forgot that the key was in the ignition. I get out, I grab this set without the car key, slam the door shut, and then I had to walk from Manchester to Millvale, starting at 6 in the morning to get my car keys again. Which leads into another thing, which I'll get to in a minute. But so for forgetful, yes, I would say that one does apply. Hungrier than usual. I don't know that I'm hungrier than usual, but I need either sleep or food. I can't go without both. So I do tend to make sure one of them is at least caught up. Let's see. You've read this sentence twice. Basically, that's a thing where it says you have a hard time comprehending things and you need to reread things. That does happen to be late at work. If I'm doing a job that requires any kind of attention, I'll be just drained, and I'll be needing to recheck and double check and triple check my work. So I'd say that would apply. Clumsiness is number 7. I've always been clumsy, and it's actually been it's somewhat of a superpower of mine because it's impossible to get me. It's impossible. There are times I have like cat-like reflexes because of my inability to walk in a straight line. One time, and this is not a joke, I'm in a box truck working, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I walked off backwards off the back end of a box truck. Well, because I'm such a klutz, because I'm so used to falling and so used to tripping up, that I was able to completely spin around and land on all fours like a cat. So yes, it is like a superpower. I've managed to, despite being one of the biggest klutzes you'll probably ever meet, I've never broken a bone. Fighting with your partner, I don't have a partner, so that doesn't apply. Zoning out, that definitely applies. I was actually recording a show the other night here, and I was just so tired I had to like keep jarring myself into staying awake, and it was an interesting show, but I just was really, really drained. Let's see, the last one is you conk out at the movies or during a daytime flight. I don't really go to the movies, but I do, as I said yesterday's show was in the middle of the day, but really the middle of the day is kind of my night when you work overnight. So I don't know, I would say I'm 50-50 on these lists here. Let's bring in Mike here. Where's the mouse here? Okay, let's bring in Mike and see what he has to say. Mike, do you zone out?
Well, good to be back, Brian. Thanks for having me on and us on today. I zone out whenever I can. It's just stamina and energy.
Are you sleep deprived? Does this list apply to you at all?
All 10, all the above.
All of the above. So
All the above, all the time. Lots of caffeine, lots of iced tea. Good to go.
Yeah, the caffeine is definitely a big thing. I'm a big latte drinker. What do you prefer?
Coffee, black, lots of sugar and cream, and lots of iced tea.
So lots of coffee, lots of iced tea. Yeah, I don't know what the answer is. I mean, successful people go without sleep. So
they say, haven't reached it yet, but most successful people are up before 5 a.m. every day. So.
Well, I'm up at 9 p.m. and I don't go to bed till noon. So I think I qualify.
I agree.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I know I definitely am not going to lock my keys in my car one more time because I have to walk back from Manchester again. I'm going to be pissed.
That's why I always have an extra 2 or 3 sets of keys and have a AAA Plus or a good locksmith close by.
Yeah, so because of that, okay, I walk back from Manchester, I record this show, and then I decide to go back to get my car. Well, I use the Port Authority bus, and I remembered why I drive.
Let's not go there. Let's not talk mass transit in southwestern Pennsylvania. So
the fact that we are reminiscent of a third world nation.
We don't have if you consider the light rail system in the South Hills and the T and the tunnel to nowhere under the, from downtown to the North Shore. Let's not go there. Look, public transportation is a necessity, but that's called Uber.
Yeah, Uber's wonderful. No, but I see, actually, and maybe we'll disagree here, and I know most conservatives will scream when they hear me talk about public transportation, but I'm in favor of massive increases in funding towards public transportation. To me, there is no dollar high enough. That should be one thing. You should be able to step one foot off a plane in Coriopolis, put the next foot on the T, and take it anywhere in Allegheny County.
Good point. We can discuss a whole topic on that, but a fee is a tax, and everybody's taxed enough, and let's move on.
Well, maybe we could deter monies in other places and reallocate it to
well, if you're a
public
smoker,
transit.
we all have members of our family who smoke. A fee is a tax, and if you look what the Commonwealth just did, and Republicans, I will say, raised taxes, $1 on cigarettes and smokeless tobacco and e-cigarettes, and the list goes on.
I'm pissed because of the whole Netflix thing. That's really got me pissed. You know about that, right?
A fee is a tax.
They're taxing Netflix now, and it's 6%. But there is a very good chance I'll be canceling my Netflix. I feel bad to screw Netflix over, but you know what? I'm not going to give one of those greedy bastards another dime of my money until they actually do something. It would be one thing if they actually accomplish something, if they actually put something in motion, if they actually...
Well, good point, but I was in Ohio, for example, all day last Sunday, filled up
Yes.
here like at 2:37. I get there $1.98, 3
And the
hours.
roads are much better. Much better. At least the highways are.
Most of them are.
The highways are.
Most of them are. I went out 70, Turnpike, 70. They were pretty good, but, 3-hour difference. Gas here, $2.37. Out there, $1.98.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's the corporate gas tax.
Yeah, no, it's a fee. Republicans do not tax, Mike. As you know, it's only fees. So I mean,
we'll get more into the
there are fees attached to everything.
We'll get more into the political digression. Trump's down, McGinty's up. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, Trump is kind of doing himself in a way, isn't he?
We'll go there in the political segment.
Well, let's move into it. We got the time. Let's keep rolling.
You want to go into it?
Let's go right into it. Yeah.
Well, the latest Trib poll, actually the Franklin Marshall poll that came out yesterday, has Trump down 13 in the state. McGinty's up about 6. And we got, about 94 days to the general election. It's not going to be easy. I thought we could go red in PA for the first time since '88. But at the end of the day, we're going to see. I mean, it's going to be down 7 to 10 states. I've seen the blue wall theory, or, you can pick and decide what electoral college maps you want to play around with.
Oh.
You need 270, and the magic number isn't there yet. And, it could be an ass-kicking, a shellacking, or it's going to be tight and close, but we'll see. How
is it possible that Toomey is down when he skipped the convention? I mean, wasn't that his golden ticket to success?
Well, everybody thought, even Governor John Kasich of Ohio thought at the end of the day that, I'm going to stay home because my electorate, Congressman Charlie Dent from Lehigh Valley up in northeastern Pennsylvania says, well, I'm not supporting Trump. Well, who the hell are you going to vote for? Gary Johnson or Jill Stein or Hillary? One of those four? It is what it is. Look, I'm not going to speak on behalf of any of them. They had their own reasons why they stayed home. Like I said, I mean, Trump is either going to carry all the down ballot races, or it's going to be a freaking disaster in all races.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Pennsylvania, I think, will be interesting. We're going to be bombarded. I mean, it's just going to be...
Well, look at the 2014 election cycle in North Carolina, where you had the former Speaker of the House run Tom Tillman against Hagan, who was the former one-term senator. They spent $50 million, 50 in one Senate race, and that's counting both campaigns funding and all the super PACs, the 501c3s, all the private monies into the campaign. But ultimately, could you see that amount of spending in Pennsylvania? Possibly, but you got to remember, we got other seats to defend. I mean, Ron Johnson in Wisconsin, you've got Kirk in Illinois, you've got Kelly Annett up in New Hampshire, you've got Portman in Ohio. So there's a lot of races to decide on ultimately, but at the end of the day, they're going to prioritize them in the last essentially 30 days. And if Toomey or any of them are not in the top 10, they'll throw money, but unless there's a margin of error, they're not going to waste their time and resources.
There's a report, and unfortunately, I'm trying to pull up the article now. I didn't get a chance to read it because, like I said, I literally was like passing in between sleep on my way here. But I guess there's a chance that Kathleen Kane, our Attorney General, could end up in jail.
Well, like anything, you're innocent. We and everybody wants to, cast stones. Not an attorney. Have no desire to be an attorney.
Well, first off, I will cast the first stone because it's also possible that Jerry Sandusky could get off due to her incompetence. So let me throw that first stone.
In the media, people judge. Let's hear all the facts. Let's hear all the facts first. Then let a judge and jury of her peers, whether they move it outside her respective county or they move it outside of Cumberland and Dauphin County or bring in a jury from another county to hear it. You're innocent until you're proven guilty. Let the facts fall where they may. Then you move forward.
What else is going on in politics? Anything else?
Well,
obviously there's lots.
There's lots. Mr. Trump needs to focus and keep moving forward. He needs to have a game plan for the next 90-some days. It's going to be hard. I mean, like I said, the Franklin Marshall poll that came out in the last 24 hours in the Trib, he's down 13. McGinty's up by 5 or 6. So ultimately, it's going to be hard in Pennsylvania unless something turns around. And the thing is, the Franklin Marshall poll is a very credible poll. It's not the PPP poll, which is pretty left, or some other polls which are center-right, but it's one of the most respectable polls in the state. So we'll move forward. They go back in session, the House and Senate go back in session in September. Oh, that's right, they're off 8 weeks. Our full-time legislators who are off 8 weeks in the summer, go figure, but a little sidebar.
How is it that we have the largest full-time legislature in the country, yet the only thing that they're thinking about to raise revenue is let's tax Netflix?
Well,
let's tax smokers.
As we discussed before, a fee is a tax. When does it end?
But I mean, when are they gonna? I understand that the costs of the legislature is about 1% of the budget, but
understand
leaders lead the way,
or lack of leaders lead the way.
Yeah, well, that's my point. Is there's a lacking of leadership in Harrisburg. When are they going to start coming back?
Well,
that's my question.
A lot of these individuals have the best gig in the country. This is their best job they're ever going to have in life.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's wonderful. They get a pension after serving just 8 years.
8 years, you get lifetime benefits,
and you
perks,
can't be
healthcare.
Can't be fired unless you lose re-election. Actually, isn't it just 4 years that they get the pension? It's two. I think it's 2 terms.
Five or 6 years they get vested.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, they've got the Cadillac plans. They got better plans than all 5 of us sitting in the room right now.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you have to move forward. You should have term limits at all levels. 5 in the House. 5 in the House, 10 years minimum, max, or get in, get out, go home, and they should be part-time. You look at Texas, look at the size of the state of Texas, look at their tax structure. They have an incredible economy. I think, if I recall, Governor Rick Perry said it's like almost the 10th largest economy in the world, the state of Texas itself. So we've got good leadership on both sides of the aisle, and yes, I'll say that. I mean, look, everybody needs a seat at the table, but ultimately, a tax is a fee is a tax. They keep raising it, and we need a part-time legislature.
I just don't understand why Pennsylvania needs the largest full-time legislature and why we need a larger legislature than states like California, Texas, New York.
I agree. For our state house, state reps, give or take, average about 65,000 in the House and 255,000, 260,000 in the Senate. Population about 12, 13 million in the state. Do the math.
Yeah. We're going to bring Heather up next with our weather. We're going to talk to Michael a little bit when we bring in Jordan York. We have Jordan York in studio. He's going to be talking about a video that he did, which is really cool. We talked about this before, but we're going to get an update of the video because it is now, it's out now, right? Not yet. It's been recorded.
It was on TV.
The promo, the B-roll was out. It's recorded. We negotiating another part of it that has to follow through, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag with that, but it's in discussions, and when it is, it's pretty bold and daring, and it benefits Jordan York and the Twins 100%, and it's already made a lot of press already, and trust me, whenever we release it in the next, knock on wood, couple weeks shortly, it's going to be huge. It already is.
Cool. Yeah, it's already growing in popularity. I can see all the posts and the tweets, and it's
already there. And kudos to Jordan and kudos to the Twins. We were down there July 24th through 26th, and I will say I was a pain in the ass. I was an Army drill sergeant, but ultimately we got it done, and we'll talk more once bring Jordan on, and he can paint the picture.
Very good. We're going to bring in Heather next. Heather, with your weather here on the River's Edge.
Come on, go! It's green! Come on! Go!
God damn it, Brian. You need to calm down
Yeah,
with the road
I'm sick
rage.
of these people, these assholes.
The road rage, man. You got to calm down on the road rage.
Well, I want to get to where we're going. We have a lot of great stuff coming up. We're going to Falling Water,
Bicycle Heaven.
the Mattress Factory,
Tuck Knob.
Trundle Manor. All right, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Come on,
right,
come on.
Right.
Too late now.
Right, come on.
Well, too late now. I got to keep going. I'm not going to sit here like some asshole.
Oh, come on, man.
All right, you're listening to the Culture Cruise. You can find us at riversedgepgh.com.
Your local Pittsburgh area museum podcast.
Yes, riversedgepgh.com, and come take a ride with us.
All right, welcome back. We have Heather Neville's over the phone live with your weather forecast. Heather, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. So what's up? It's nice. It's warm today, 90 degrees. I thought it was going to cool down, but it doesn't seem like it is.
No, it's not expected to cool down until tomorrow, really, because the front is not going to pass through until tonight.
Okay,
So that will usher in some cooler weather for us. But as of today, that was my big focus of the forecast, because Brian and I have a wedding we're going to tonight.
Yes.
One of our two of our friends, Paul and Samantha, they're getting married tonight, so I wanted to make sure that we had a dry forecast ready for them so that they don't have any rain coming down on them as they say I do outside.
So you're trying to say you can control the weather?
No.
No,
Unfortunately,
okay.
I can't.
I thought you were going to say you can control the weather. I was going to say, well, what the hell have you been doing wrong since you started on this program over a year ago?
No, Brian, can't control the weather. Still haven't got that power yet.
And we need to work on that. Your bonus is completely dependent on your ability to manage this winter coming up. So.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Especially since we haven't seen any hurricanes yet this year. That's been a concern for some lately.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that would be concerning because hurricanes, if they come later, we can end up with a blizzard. I don't even want to think about it. Let's talk about something happy. It's 90 degrees out. That's happy.
Let's not think about it. Let's talk about summer, because that's what it is right now.
That's right.
Happening. So this morning has already been shown to be active. We had some isolated showers and storms that have popped up to the north of our region. I expect more of this throughout today. Isolated showers and storms moving through much of the Pittsburgh area today, but most of the action should stay to the south.
Mm-hmm.
So it should stay pretty isolated where we're going to be. And then even if we do get any rain through the downtown Pittsburgh region, that should just blow through and back to sunny skies. So it's not going to be widespread. It's not going to be long-term or for a long period of time, just little brief showers moving through. But the front is not expected to move through this evening, so probably between 10 and 2 in the 10 o'clock in the evening, 2 in the morning, it should be moving through the region, which will be giving us the heavier rain. But luckily, that means most of the wedding should be dry, and hopefully with some luck, all the isolated showers will miss us as well. So we should be sitting pretty good right now for Friday night. Now moving into today's high, it is going to be pretty warm at 87 degrees, and it is going to be pretty humid today. We have a lot of lower level moisture that is really contributing to this mugginess factor, but that is going to move, that front is going to push all that off as well as it moves through. So Friday evening, low 69. We still may see some lingering showers in the morning, but they'll mostly be scattered associated with that front. But they should be mostly moved off by Saturday morning. Saturday, it's going to be just a little bit cooler, less humid and comfortable with a high of 83 degrees. And probably mostly sunny skies for Saturday. And then moving into that evening, they'll be very comfortable again with about 65 degrees for the evening overnight hours. And then moving into Sunday, again, another dry and comfortable day with less humidity with a high of 84 degrees.
All right.
And Sunday evening, again, with probably some mostly clear skies with a low of 62.
Very good. All right, Heather, I will see you in a few hours.
All right, sounds good.
All right, let's bring in your weird news, crazy weird news story in just 25 seconds here on the River's Edge Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Mike Storer, host of the Awesome Cast, which you can hear right here on River's Edge Radio. We're talking tech, getting geeky every week with people from Pittsburgh in the industry. Go check us out, awesomecast.net, or listen to us right here on River's Edge Radio, Thursday mornings, 8 a.m. after Funny Money.
One company has a very ballsy promotion. That's right. A sex toy company has released a 12-foot, 4-inch tall replica male penis. The sex organ, which makers believe is the world's largest dildo ever created. That's right, a 12-footer. The supersized sex toy is a brainchild of Nick Orlandino, the chairman and CEO of Pipe Dream Productions, a sex products company based in Chatsworth, California. Orlandino came up with the idea of a monstrous member earlier this summer in preparation for the Adult Novelty Manufacturers Expo. So, and that's held in California. This is according to the Huffington Post. They actually show some pictures here of the giant penis, and they have a guy standing next to it. The head of the penis is towering over this guy's head, and it comes complete with balls and everything, a ball sack. Oh my gosh, they even have it's in this expo. In the image, I'll share this on Facebook. It's literally like just inside of this garage, and there's this picture of dicks. So anyways, we'll post that on Facebook right after this. But that's your weird news. We're going to bring in Jordan York right after the break. You're listening to the River's Edge Radio Network, Pittsburgh's voice for local music.
They did leech people up until, like 1910 or so, I think.
How do you know that? Like till 1910 or so.
Well, it's for reading.
I used to get girls till
medical
1910 or so. I used to have girls give me booty calls till 1910 or so.
Hey, Money Bags, tune into Funny Money at 7 a.m. Thursdays.
Did you hear Tom? He said 7 a.m. Tune in.
All right, welcome back. We have Jordan York. He's back in studio. There he. Oh, that's not him. There he is. But if you, what's up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Glad to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
We had the video. It's shot. It aired on beIN Sports, and so I want to talk about the experience. Is it? You've done music videos before. Is this different having? Just because of the what's the process as far as it being connected with the soccer game? How's the experience been different?
I just feel it's like a whole new outlet, and like me telling their story, and actually getting to hang out with them and get to know them, and just being we went to Permane Brothers when we were down there, and we went to the beach, we went to the practices. So I just got. I'm a sports fan, but like soccer, I'm like kind of new to, and like they're like really like it was like an awesome experience. I mean, we were shooting from when we got down there until the moment we flew back to Pittsburgh. So.
But what's the difference? Is there any difference in the actual makeup of how you do the music video?
Well, just because the Twins were in it, it was more, to get a lot of B-roll of them playing soccer.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the stadium that they played at, got footage there. So, yeah, I mean, they were the main focus. The stories about them, I'm just telling the story. So,
were you sad to come back to Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm always sad when I come back.
I wanted
Florida.
to just spend a few more days at the beach, just laying. I'm a beach bum. So.
Well, they're recreating a beach on the North Shore. You can wade your feet into the poop-ridden Allegheny.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be pretty cool. So. For Pittsburgh to have a beach, I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, they do it every year for the regatta. Yeah, they always call it a beach, but it's really never nearly expansive enough for me.
You just need the waves.
You need the waves, and it also needs to be like the beach at the Allegheny. I feel like it's just kind of like a little plot of sand. It's not like a true beach. So, Mike, you look like you have something to say.
No, not at all.
No, oh, okay. I thought you were. What's your thought on this whole beach situation? Are you pro beach or are you?
Well, if you want a real beach, no due respect to friends in Erie County and live up along the northern tier of the state, if you want a beach, it's got to be the Atlantic or the Gulf, or you got to have an ocean.
Where is the Permane Brothers located that you
Fort
filmed?
Lauderdale. It's literally right on the beach, like it's on the corner, and it's a replica of the one in the Strip, and we went in there, and thanks to them, they got us our food, they took care of us, it was awesome.
And Brian, to go along with that, when I was down there a couple months beforehand, just thinking, okay, how can we tie it in Pittsburgh, Miami? Well, then I realized the owner, Eric, shout out to Eric and his whole crew.
Thanks,
taking
Eric.
care of us, is he actually started. He's from Baldwin, Pennsylvania. His family still lives there. Went to Penn State, lived and worked, commuted back and forth from Penn State every weekend when he was in going to school at Penn State, and moved down there about 25 years ago. Bought out all three Permanes, and the one that Jordan and the Twins videoed it at is the exact replica, like the one Permane Brothers in the Strip District. I mean, and you can see in the B-roll is that the footage. I mean, he took care of us. 8 Permanes in Fort Lauderdale, literally 20 feet from the ocean. So there's that Pittsburgh.
Does it have a deck? Because I know the one in the Strip District doesn't, but I think it would be okay if they maybe massaged the
it
original.
Doesn't have a deck, but it's got a really cool railing, that you can walk up, and there's some of the B-roll that actually the Jordan and the Twins came down. So there is that Pittsburgh connection, 1,000 miles away in Broward County in Fort Lauderdale.
That is cool. Your experience, you were there. It's an exact replica. Does it feel like the Strip District Permanes?
Yeah. It really does, just because the people.
What time were you there? What time did you record?
We went like twice. The first time we went.
What time of the day?
It was like dinner time. It was like 5:30.
So you weren't there overnight, so you don't truly know.
No.
Well,
no.
You didn't see the creepers coming in the middle of the night, half drunk.
Yeah.
Stumbling over the bar counter. Oh, I need a cap and cheese.
I don't even know if they I don't know if they serve drinks there.
Yeah.
It's more of like a family-oriented
it's more of a
one
family, but
down there.
This is the unique one with this Permanes is there's no credit cards, it's cash only.
Yeah.
And I can understand.
And they have pizza.
Well, you know what? That's interesting because they're more original than the original then.
Well,
because the original Permanes downtown in the Strip District rather, they now accept credit cards.
Correct.
So they are actually more true to the
but
to
to answer your question,
to the nature.
The reason we had to film it there because and it, you got to understand, this is 24 hours. There's beachgoers constantly. And when we were coming in, I mean, you got to understand, there's only 8 or 9 tables in there. So he's like, here this time, and we went in, and believe me, it's busy 24/7.
Yeah, no. I'm just wondering if they have like the same, Yinzer stumbling in the middle of the night, demanding, his cap and cheese.
I don't think so, because half the people in there
bloated stomach
are from Pittsburgh and work there. Like the table that we actually used, table 6 in the back, there was a family from Pittsburgh in the North Hills who was there. So
it's very possible that some fat slob could end up stumbling in the middle of the night. I'm just trying to figure out the authenticity of the place.
You can go to any Permane Brothers or any restaurant, you're going to have that anywhere. So
it's true. So it's up to standard then. That's what we're getting at.
It could be. I can just tell you that we're very grateful for Eric, for letting us use.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
his
very
location, cool. His team. It makes the whole Weekend Dream video and Jordan and the Twins.
Have the Twins? Do they have any interest in visiting Pittsburgh now? Have they ever been up to Pittsburgh? Has this video inspired them at all?
Well, a little backstory. They were students out at St. Francis University in Loretto, Pennsylvania, their junior and senior years. So they've been to Permane's. They have connections in Pittsburgh. They've got a lot.
Okay.
They still have a lot of friends on the St. Francis University men's soccer team, and I'm sure they'll be back very shortly.
Very cool. The video is called "We Can Dream," and what was it like getting that on TV with beIN Sports? Talk about that experience. When did you find out about that? How did that?
Well, we went to the practice, and Media Mike, as we call him, were there, and we were just, talk to them, and, it was on. I mean, it kind of just happened so fast. It literally happened, a week after when we got back.
A week, if that. It's just.
I just think anyone would want to, it's a good story. It's a heartfelt story, They've been through so much, and then to, sign a pro deal, I mean, who wouldn't want to,
cover that?
Yeah.
Sure. Now, that network, tell me about the network if you can. Is it?
I don't really know.
beIN Sports is one of many soccer networks like
Okay.
ESPN3, Gold TV, CBS Sports. The unique thing with the North American Soccer League is that they have partnered with ESPN3, Gold TV, One World Sports, beIN Sports, depending, and they're covering all the games live broadcast depending on what day. Most of the games are Wednesday, Saturdays, some Friday games. For example, like on the flip side here in Pittsburgh, the USL, they don't have TV deals. Like for Major League Soccer, they're on Fox, they're on CBS, they're on
Or YouTube.
ESPN. Or YouTube. I mean, but these are actually live networks. Not as big. beIN is not as big as ESPN, but in the soccer world, soccer community, it's very big.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I mean ESPN, at least in my opinion, in my observation in the soccer world, maybe isn't the number one. They may be the number one overall in sports, but I mean they don't have.
And there's versions of there's ESPN FC, which is soccer only. They have their own soccer. ESPN has ESPN. They're all sports, but you have various sports like ESPN. You have Gold TV, which is more of a Spanish network, focused solely on soccer. Any Spanish broadcast is soccer.
But basically, you're saying beIN Sports, it's not like the Root Sports of the area. This is a bigger entity.
Yes, Root Sports is more of a regional broadcast, but this is international. I mean, we walked into the studio, and I mean, they must have had 40 people running shows from all around the country, and it just happened to be in Miami-Dade in Miami. So.
That's cool. So what was that studio like? Have you been into like a studio like that?
I've been into like radio stations. Like I wasn't there. The Twins just when he flew down, but yeah, it was just cool seeing our hard work being shown on TV, and for the Twins, I'm really excited for them because I just know that they work so hard. So it's like nice that I can help bring everything together. So
that's cool. So what are your plans going forward with the video and your plans as an artist going forward? How will this help?
I'm just going to be back in the studio working on a lot of music now. I'm eventually going to be touring, and then, with this song, it already opened up a lot of doors for me, just not in America. I mean, it's international. Soccer is an international sport, so
Has it gotten a lot of traction internationally?
Yeah,
the
I
video?
mean, we were on like 3 or 4 blogs. Like I had to like translate them to read them because I don't speak Spanish or whatever they were in. But it's cool to see that because I just think a lot of people are like closed-minded when it comes to doing stuff. It's like you can think, okay, well the people around. I mean, there's a whole nother. It's not just America. It's a whole nother world.
Oh,
and I don't
sure.
think a lot of people realize that. I mean, they do, but it's like.
I don't mean to interrupt, but to go along with that, it's been a good week for Jordan and the Twins. AS.com, which is a international, it's like the ESPN of Spain. They did a story. They did a story on Jordan and the Twins last Sunday, and it just ran this past Monday. It's AS.com. It was in the Spanish version. It was in the Spanish print media and also on their website. And I can send you a link over to it afterwards if you want to post it. But so the point is, with that on Monday, and it's been a good week. That came out on Monday. The B-roll and the Twins were on live Wednesday. So it's been an incredible, 72 hours for them. It's Friday. Going forward, I just got to give a shout out to Jordan. Follow him on Twitter, Jordan New York Music. And Connor and Calvin Rezende, Rezende with a silent E. Follow them on social media as well. Because it's important because as we go forward with this, we're going to do some more releases ultimately before the official final product. So it's going to be good. But, to answer your question about the international media, it's gone big. And honestly, like I said, we were here a month ago. The sky's the limit with this.
Yeah, that's very cool. How does this help you as a music professional going forward? You said it opened up some opportunities
I
for you.
I just think that, when people see, when you're on international TV and when you're doing stuff with pro athletes, it's kind of like, a new level, and I just don't want to go backwards at this point. Everything that I do from here on out got to top the next thing that I've already done. So that's just like where my mind's at. And, I know I'm capable of it. It's a lot of hard work. Like I said, when we went down there, I mean, we had fun, and stuff, but we were down there to do business. So
Where can people follow you if they want to hear more?
On Twitter at Jordan York Music, and on Facebook / my name is Jordan York, and I'm on iTunes. Just Google it, all the links will come up, and yeah.
Very
Shout
cool.
out to Nightfall Records, Radmore Productions, and Media Mike. And thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We have the song here. Actually, we're going to play it right now, and then we're going to bring back the show with our holiday of the day here on the River's Edge.
put in time until the opportunity came knocking. Off to Italy, Spain, and back to Brazil. 3 years still searching, chasing thrills. Linked up with St. Francis University, playing on the team, got served penalties. Stipulations made him think they were cursed to leave. Attorneys worked it out, now they ball no worrying. Now they ball no worrying. If you ever been told you can't succeed, when they say insane's what you must be, they don't see the sweat, tears, what we bleed. Kelvin and Connor showed us we can dream, 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 we can dream. There's a light at the end, and I can see. Don't let them tell you nothing. Don't let them tell you nothing. We can dream, we can dream, we can dream. If you ever been told you can't succeed, when they say insane's what you must be, they don't see the sweat, tears, what we bleed. Kelvin and Connor showed us we can dream, 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 we can dream. There's a light at the end, and I can see.
All right, it is that time, and it is your holiday of the day. Today is officially Work Like a Dog Day. What a stupid holiday. Why in the hell is that even a holiday? To counteract how terrible that holiday is, because it's just really, really stupid, we're going to give you a month. Last week, we talked about a national, what national month that August is, but it is multiple national months. And one is Water Quality Month. That's right, August is officially Water Quality Month. And in Pittsburgh, we are certainly lacking. I don't know if you've heard the reports, but in Pittsburgh, we have more lead in our water than Flint, Michigan. So, yeah, that's an honest fact. Mike's giving me a look like, holy hell. Yeah, most of the western Pennsylvania area has more lead in their water than Flint, Michigan. So maybe we should take a page from Water Quality Month and get better quality water. Next week, what do we have? That's right, tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. I'll be back with Jay Cooper. Jay and I will be back at it again every first and third Saturday. We've also released a new edition of the Culture Cruise where Randy and I travel to Falling Water. So you can listen to us as we drive to and from Falling Water from a location down in the 154 zip code area. And it's good times there. Next month, we are going to go to Trundle Manor, so that's really cool. You definitely want to check out that. I was very surprised when I went there, so good stuff there. So again, Saturday, and then Sunday we have Fishing Without Bait, and also Monday we're going to be releasing an interesting interview. I'm going to have a one-on-one interview. This is exciting. Let me pull up the information here. We're going to be at the James Street Ballroom from the James Street Gastropub and Speakeasy. If you're not familiar, they had a series of performances that was set up for the Deutschtown Music Festival, and it was shut down due to noise violations. And right now, James Street is facing $30,000 to renovate and soundproof the ballroom upstairs. So we have Kevin Safner, who is the manager there. I'm going to have a sit-down interview with him. We're going to do that Sunday. We're going to launch that for you on Monday. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be very interesting, very fascinating, and a huge development in the music scene here in Pittsburgh. But that's it for me. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Jay Cooper and I, right here, Can't Miss Radio at riversedgepgh.com, Pittsburgh's voice for local music.